I'm so glad that you joined us today because you can't afford to miss this one, my friend. I wouldn't usually say this, you know that, but what if I told you that maybe it's time to get a divorce? Just hear me out before you shut it off. Hear me out. Not from your spouse, okay? Not from your spouse, but from the old version of your marriage. The one that got too busy, too distracted. The one that forgot how sacred ordinary moments are. Because you don't need a new spouse. That's the problem. Because if you haven't done the work on yourself, yes, you can leave who you're standing beside right now, who you made the holy covenant to. But it's going to happen again, I guarantee it. What you do need is you need a new strategy and a renewed heart. No. Ooh, that's better, right, babe?
Yeah!
Yeah. She founded an architectural concrete company.
He founded a $100 million clothing company.
She took the world by storm as a social media star.
He took the world by storm as a famous serial entrepreneur.
Together we started a business.
And had babies.
Now we're figuring out the best ways to do both.
Join us as we learn from other entrepreneurs going through the same life struggles.
As they share their life hacks about success, love, kids,
and everything in between.
Hello, my precious friends, my magnificent friends, and welcome back to Becoming Unshakable. Becoming Unshakable, the Legacy Conversations bonus series, a special edition brought to you by the Entrepreneur Parents Podcast, a community of strong families building unshakable legacies. I'm your host, Ildiko Ferenczi. Here, we talk about the moments that shake us and the faith, courage, and love that helps us stand again. So whether you're driving in traffic, I know that could be tough. I know that. Whether you're on your way to a meeting, to the gym, at the gym, in your house, on the bike, doing dishes, folding baby clothes, sorting the baby socks, or just taking a deep breath between life's chaos. I'm painting the picture. I'm so glad you're here, that you guys took the time to invest in your marriage, in your life, in your legacy. So let's take this time together to grow stronger. I want to take you to this moment because I had to make a mental note of it. Not long ago, I was sitting in a beautiful restaurant with my family. The kind with flickering candles and the music that wraps around you. It's the ambience. You're grateful to be there, right? These are the things you're talking about, the places that you want to go to with your family. And the hum of the conversations that remind you that life is still beautiful. It really is. It's so beautiful. But as I looked around, my heart sank. At one table, there were 3 children that sat there with big clunky headphones on. They were just lost in the glowing screens while their parents scrolled silently beside them. They missed the whole moment. And then I saw another couple that just stared at their phones instead of each other's eyes. And then I saw her, an elderly woman, and she was beautiful. She really was beautiful. But her hands were folded and she was staring out into space while her husband scrolled through his phone. She looked so lonely. And something inside me just wanted to shout, "Wake up!" Just wake up, guys. Don't you realize that tomorrow isn't promised? Do you realize that? Of course, I didn't actually yell because, let's be honest, I would have been escorted out very quickly. It was one of those restaurants. But I left that night with this lump in my throat and a promise in my heart to never forget how that scene made me feel. It was truly sad. It was really sad. And it reminded me how fragile connection really is. Because I know what it's like to lose people suddenly. That's why I make such a big deal when we do things together. We even chose to not have those things on the back of the chair. I opted out. I want the children to look out and see the beauty of the world when we're on trips, when we're driving. I know how special that is. I don't want them on iPads when we go out to eat. I don't want to lose the connection. I know what it's like to wish for one more conversation, one more dinner, one more chance to say I love you. Could you imagine if that's how it was growing up? Not being able to have those conversations, not be able to dream together, to plan together, to build business together. I wanted that very same thing for my children. My mother understood that. She was intentional about building memories. She planned family dinners. She planned events, moments that were filled with laughter, travel, and just us being together. Just us being together, those special moments. We would go for sometimes Sunday drives or Saturday drives. It rains a lot here in Vancouver, in British Columbia. It rains a lot. So sometimes we would just get in the car and go on family drives. Get something fun we would never be allowed to eat in the car, but sometimes she would let us have a Sunday and we would turn up the heat. When we were out for dinner, we would go to Harrison Hot Springs growing up and different places when we would travel the world. And people used to come up to the table and say, "What a beautiful family you have. You're doing such a great job." I remember there was this one time in Harrison Hot Springs, this famous actor asked my brother and I to go dance with him and his beautiful wife. I danced I was so little that I was sitting up in his arms and he was holding me. I still remember it. And his gorgeous wife was dancing with my brother. And we were well behaved, and it just was unique to him, but it shouldn't have been. We were having this deep conversation with my mother at such young ages. It felt normal to me. I guess it was exceptional to other people. That was unique to other people. And now my husband and I try to carry that same legacy forward. We're not perfect. I'll be honest. My husband scrolls sometimes. Yes, babe, if you're listening, this part's about you. I can imagine his face. But it's true. And I gently remind him that this isn't permanent, that we don't get these moments back. Because when you haven't experienced loss or tragedy several times in your life, you tend to forget. The sound of our children's laughter, that's not permanent. The way that they want to sit close together, the way that they hold each other, the way that my son pulls out the chair for my daughter. I mean, they're going to move on to their own spouses and build their own families and their own legacies. This isn't permanent. What we have as a family, exactly the way that it is right now, it's going to change every single year. Every single month, it's going to change a little bit. They're going to speak more clearly. They're going to lose oh my gosh, we're going to lose a baby talk one day. The way that they say popcorn instead of popcorn. Sometimes I don't even want to correct them. I just say, don't. Daniel will say, you're not saying that properly. I said, don't, just let her say it until she grows out of it. And the way that our family just fits together at one little table. It's sacred. It's sacred, okay? It's sacred. I don't care what anybody says. It's sacred. In your family, the way that it fits together right now, it's sacred too. Your little family is everything. And sometimes, even after all I've been through, after literally fighting for my life, I still catch myself drifting sometimes, getting caught up in the noise of the world. But then I remember, you can't rewind time. You can't rewind time. Okay, this is a one-time experience. It's like reading a book, one time that you're never allowed to go back on. You can't recreate presence, and you can't recreate what you never made room for. You can't have a do-over. You can't have a do-over. It doesn't happen in life. So no, none of us are perfect, but perfection isn't the goal. It's presence. It's presence. And that's where life begins. Now listen, friend, because this is too good to miss according to the Gottman Institute. Listen to this, okay? The healthiest marriages, here, put your head on my shoulder. Daniel just walked in. Put your head on my shoulder. We're cuddling. I'm taking the moment, okay? I'm being selfish, guys, because I can be and I need to be. But listen, the healthiest marriage, they're not the ones without conflict. They're not the ones that don't have, maybe if you kick that, it's going to undo the wire and then I don't know, I may lose the podcast. So just be careful with that, my love. Your legs are getting so long. So most, where was I? So the relationships, the healthiest relationships, the healthiest marriages, they're not the ones that don't argue. Okay, they're not the ones that don't have any conflict. They're the ones that repair quickly. We don't shoot it. We don't sweep it under the rug. We don't pretend it never happened. We need to repair quickly. How do you repair with your spouse? How do you repair with your children? What does that look like? Because that's what needs to be done. It's called emotional atonement. I hope I pronounced that right. Thinking in Hungarian here. The ability to tune back into your partner's heart, to connect with your partner's heart, to come back together to where you were when everything felt good, when everything was growing and beautiful. Most relationships don't die from arguments. That's not how they die. They die from emotional neglect. That's why these women that are married are saying that they're single married wives. It's because of the missed bids for connection. Okay, as women, I felt this. I go and I say something that doesn't really even matter. Oh, look, there's a beautiful bird outside the window. It snowed. Look how much it snowed. It's a bid for connection. Hey, let's have a conversation. I hope this evolves into something else. Like when your partner sighs and you don't ask why. She sighed for a reason. He sighed for a reason. He's hoping for a connection. It's a bid for connection. So let's try to do better. Not by trying harder. I mean, yes, try harder, but it's by noticing sooner. Notice these little things today, every day. Your children are bidding for connection. They're coming there to show you something, to say something, and hoping that this leads into a lengthy conversation, that it doesn't just end with, oh, that's so nice. And then you turn away and you go do something else. Or, your spouse, and then he goes back to doing whatever he was doing. You miss that bid for connection. And then you jump on a business call and you sit there for 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever it is, and you're feeling bad because you made this effort to talk to your spouse, but he's, I love you, baby.
Love you, Mommy.
I'll see you in a minute. But I totally forgot what I was saying. It doesn't even matter because that beautiful moment with my son and I felt it. Like I felt it. And I'm getting emotional and I'm getting silly. And I know it's an everyday thing that we take for granted, but that's a special moment. It's a special moment. And I remember after fighting for my life, even just taking my baby's foot inside my hand, trying to remember she has these cute little, Daniel had adorable, precious little feet, but Destiny had these little curly toes. Okay. And we made an effort. I would literally remember where the size of her foot was. And I would try to remember back now to that. They were wearing preemie clothes when they were born. How blessed was I that they were preemies, both of them. So they weren't born big babies. I kept thinking, how lucky am I because I get to watch them grow into an average size baby. I get this moment when they're so tiny. And she had these curly little toes. And Daniel and I were looking at pictures yesterday and we were giggling about her curly toes. She's nursing. He's huddled up. She's stroking his little face with her baby fingers. And he's stroking her face and my face. These moments, I could have missed it. I could have been scrolling. Okay, I could have been scrolling and not looking down at them and missed that moment. That is in my memory. When I'm 85 years old, those are the moments I'm going to think about, not the viral thing that I was watching. Okay, those are the moments we're going to think about. We're going to remember the moments that we were in the car traveling, having the great conversations. I spy with my little eyes, those things. I'm having this conversation because I know you as parents, you guys have these same very moments and it sits in your heart. And we just need to be more intentional. Ephesians 5:33 reminds us, each one of you must love his wife as he loves himself. And the wife must respect her husband. It's not respect her as I'm going to boss her around. I'm going to command her to do these things. She respects her husband because he treats her with love. And she understands everything he comes to her with is by love, not irritation, not I'm the king of the house and you need to, because I said so. Where did that even come from? Those weren't conversations that happened when I was growing up. We were included in the conversations. I will always remember my mom got down on her knees, looked me in the eyes just like I do. And we would explain why we're doing what we're doing. Because if it's important, friends, we have a reason why we're doing it. So explain it. It's not because I said so. Not because I said so and you turn away and you walk away. That's toxic. That's toxic and it's even abusive. Love and respect, back to the relationship. Love and respect, it's two sides of one covenant promise. It's two sides, love and respect. God never said love wouldn't require rebuilding. We're always changing the seasons or the season, whatever season we're in of our marriage. We're always rebuilding and building around that. He said, love is patient. Love keeps no record of wrongs. It's hard. It's hard for us women because we really have this memory of things that happen, right? But it's because we haven't resolved them. So it's still this raw, digging, painful feeling because we haven't resolved it because it was swept under the rug. So we're trying to bid for that conversation about that thing that happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago. Before you reach for that coffee, consider this. What if the energy boost you're looking for isn't in your cup, but in your cells. I challenge you to swap your morning coffee for Shilajit by Symbiotica. And here's what can happen. No crash, no jitters, just clean, sustained energy, plus mental clarity and trace minerals that our bodies actually need, that are actually starving for, to be honest. This isn't just a supplement. It's an ancient adaptogen sourced from the Himalayas that supports mitochondrial function, stamina, and overall vitality. Your coffee never did that. Okay, let's just be honest. Try it for a week and tell me your body doesn't thank you. Symbiotica's Shilajit is next level wellness, and honestly, you may never go back to drinking coffee. Click the link below down in the bio and get your Shilajit today. He said, love is patient, love keeps no record of wrongs, and love always keeps hope. And love, sorry, I got that wrong. Hold on. I don't have my contacts in. Okay. Love, he said, love is patient. Love keeps no record of wrongs, and love always hopes. Please tell me I read that right. Someone give me an applause. Someone tell me you did great. Marriage is meant to mirror God's forgiveness. That's what I'm saying here. Marriage is meant to mirror God's forgiveness. Okay, and we need to do better. We all need to do better. We all need to be kinder. We all need to forgive faster. We all need to resolve it. We all need to fix it, mend it. We want the relationship, the kind that doesn't keep score, but keeps believing, keeps building, keeps investing. Let's talk about some practical ways to fall back into love. I'm going over time. I know I am. I'm getting the side eye. Curiosity dates. Do you like the sound of that? I do. Ask questions that you don't know the answers to anymore. Ask those questions. What's been on your mind lately? What are you thinking about? What dream do you have for the family that you've buried under responsibility? Ask questions like that. I know you have a bunch of them. Bring it up. Have your forgiveness rituals. Once a month, pray together. Lord, help us release what we can't repair without you. Remember how I always say it's not just the two of you. It's the three of you. And that doesn't mean your father-in-law, your mother-in-law. It's God. Okay? It's the two of you and God. It's not the two of you and your very best friend that you love to chit-chat about the relationship with. No, it's the two of you and God. Remember, couples who pray together report higher trust and lower anxiety. This is all researched. Do daily check-ins. Ask, how's your heart today? How are you doing today? For me, I don't usually respond to that. I'll say I'm good. Say I'm good. I'll just ride right over it. I need to be more honest. This is what I'm going through. Yeah, I feel like we really need a holiday. I really feel like the family needs a trip. I feel like we need to go somewhere. I feel like whatever it is, whatever's burning on your heart, give eye contact, no phones, just presence, and talk. Talk about it. It opens the doorway. It opens the door to dreams and those deep conversations. When was the last time you had a deep conversation? I'm not coming at you because I know we're guilty of this too. Listen, healing happens one small moment at a time. That's how it happens. That's how the reconnect happens. And your children are watching. We say this all the time. They learn love not by what you tell them, but what they see between you. They're going to take those tools and they're going to reuse them. So give them the right tools. They learn forgiveness by watching you forgive. They learn respect by how you speak to one another. If you snap at your wife, you throw punches, you slam doors, how do you expect her to respect you when she's not safe? You want respect, don't you? How do you expect her to respect you when you can't even keep your little feelings under control, or vice versa? How do you get respect, right? It's how you speak to one another, and the strength by how you choose to stay when things get hard. Are you running out the door? Are you leaving? Are you leaving for a day? Are you leaving for a month? Are you leaving for a week? You got to check yourself if you're doing that. What's most important? What's most important? It's your holy covenant. I forgave my father. I did. We're human. We're learning. They didn't have the right tools. But do I get angry that the enemy won and tore our family apart and that my mom had to work herself to the bone? I get angry. I do. I'm human. I pray about it later. This is why we gave birth to this podcast, because I don't want to see other families run out and do something in the heat of the moment. And especially with a wife that saved herself for marriage, she may never be able to live with that or forgive that. And when you make that a big decision in your life because of anger, because the enemy gets in between the marriage, and you do something that is disrespecting your holy covenant, that is, one moment of getting your mind off things, or vindictivity, or jumping into something else with someone else, your spouse may not be able to forgive that, to move on. It will be different. Okay? You raise your hand and you hit your wife in the heat of the moment. You can't go back. You can't erase it. You cannot rewind it. You are able to work on it. But listen, guys, this is abuse. Okay? You need professional help, and it's not just counseling. If it gets to abuse, I need to remind you that is a different kind of help that you need. This is help that you need. You need someone to literally be accountable for you, and but just never let it get to that. Never let it get to that. You need to see someone. You need to see someone professional to lead you out of that. If there's been cheating, you need someone, you can't work that out on your own. You need professional help for that, because that's a hard one. That will forever be there. 20 years later, 25 years later, you're always going to have to prove that you are honest, that you are trustworthy. And you can't get mad about it because you made that decision, okay? You're always going to have to work on making her feel safe or him feel safe. That is a decision that you made, and now you're going to have to deal with the consequence. You're going to have to deal with the consequence, okay? You're going to have to get professional help. Listen, the greatest love story your children will ever witness is the one you write at the dinner table. Just at the dinner table in your home, the one in the backyard, the one on the car trips. How did you guys treat each other? And especially if something has gone rogue when you have children, you have to make an extra effort to repair it. Those things I mentioned before. Let's put in a prayer. Let's say a prayer. Father, I want to remind you, of course, if you're driving, do this when it's safe. Save it for later. Take a snapshot of the minutes on the podcast, and you can join in later, you want to join in with your spouse. I know usually you guys are listening together, but you could take a snapshot and pray together. Father, thank you for the gift of covenant love. Teach us to see our spouse with fresh eyes, to slow down long enough to remember why we chose each other, to think back and remember. Give us courage to repair, grace to forgive, and laughter to fill the spaces where silence once lived. Renew our hearts, Lord, and help us fall in love again, this time with wisdom and wonder. In Jesus' name, amen. Short, sweet, beautiful, powerful, yes. Okay, now let's take a quiet moment while our hearts are cracked open and vulnerable. Grab that journal, pause this, grab the journal, and take a snapshot of where you are on the minutes right now. If you want to do this later tonight with your spouse, if you're listening right now by yourself. But if you're together, I would say right now after the prayer, take a few moments to write these down and just let it spill. And again, if you can't do it right now, do it later when you guys are together, maybe after the children are asleep or over a cup of coffee in the morning, tea, whatever you drink, a matcha latte for me, please. Make that a matcha latte for me. And write these down together. And don't rush it. Just let it open conversation. Okay? Not competition, conversation. Okay, so first I want to invite you to think about this. When do I feel most loved by you? When do I feel most loved by you? Share what makes you feel seen and valued and safe. This is really going to help your partner know how to show love more clearly and understand your love language. Okay? Everybody's is different. So this is why it's so important to write this down. And you can go back in your journal. This is the beautiful part. This is like a diary. You can go back. You can go back and read these. It's so special. Second, I want to invite you, what's one thing I missed about how we used to be? And one thing I love about who we're becoming. The contrast. What's one thing I missed? What's one thing I miss about who we used to be? And what's one thing I love about who we're becoming? This helps bridge the past and the present with gratitude instead of comparison. You used to be like this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Third, how can we invite God back into the center of our marriage this week? Think about what's pulling you guys apart. What is it? Is it your girlfriend's conversation? Do we need to do inventory? Get rid of some people? We talk about that all the time. Whose voice is strong right now? Who's influencing us? Because we become who we surround ourselves with. Write down a small action like praying together before bed or reading a verse that speaks to you both. What is that thing that invites God back into the center of your marriage this week and every week to come? What can this is the fourth one. Number 4. I was only going to do 2, but I just was really thinking and I thought let's do this one. What can we forgive and release so our family feels lighter? What is the thing that you perhaps don't even want to talk about that we can forgive and release so our home feels lighter? Because healing starts where humility meets grace. What is that thing? You know exactly what it is. What is it? And with that, I want to thank you for spending this precious time with us today. If you're still here, I know how much you care about your family. I know you're a good person and someone who wants to grow, who's putting in the work, who's making an effort. You guys are listening to this together. If you're listening to this because you're doing the work first, so your husband can see what you've invested in the marriage and the legacy. So your wife can see what you're investing. So you could be the one to move, to take that first step, to let your love grow deeper, to live your best life, and to leave a legacy that truly lasts. It's so sad to see these people that work so hard. They're looking for outside praise. I built this thing. This is amazing. It's making multi-millions of dollars. And especially right now, we're seeing it in our community. People are unexpectedly going, and it ended with them because their spouse has no clue what they were doing. No clue. They have no idea what to really talk about with their children. What actually happened there? We missed it. Missed the whole thing. So listen, if this message speaks to you, share it with someone you love, someone who might need this very reminder today. Take a snapshot, post it on your story, tag us at Entrepreneur Parents Podcast on Instagram, share it in your story so we can celebrate this moment with you. Please take a second. I'm telling you right now, go take a second to leave a kind review, a 5-star on the platform that you're listening to today from. It helps more families find hope and healing like you just did. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. I know a lot of you think, oh, I'll find it, but just you're missing episodes. We're dropping more a week, so don't miss an episode. Make sure you're subscribed because each one is designed to help you grow stronger so your legacy can be stronger too. And if you'd like to help us keep building faith and strength and courage in your children and families everywhere, you can donate, you can gift the children's podcast, the Entrepreneur Kids Legacy Show, through buymeacoffee.com/Entrepreneur Kids. All the links are at the bottom so we can connect with you and we can follow each other. And this is a really important invitation. Daniel and Destiny have been working so hard to bring leadership, faith, and legacy lessons to children all around the world. And we love hearing the messages of how much you guys are enjoying this. If you haven't listened yet, go listen right now. The links are below. It's the Entrepreneur Kids Legacy Show. Every gift, every donation helps support their time, their effort, their studio production fees, and the community that helps all children's voices grow stronger. They feel called. They truly feel called by God, and they're not giving up. They've been doing it. They're top 5 in Apple iTunes. They're still on New and Noteworthy. It's more than I can say for ourselves when we started. It's how driven they are. They're sharing the message with everyone they meet. They have my daughter in her little bag when we go out. She's got her brochures wherever we go. It's a run for laundry soap or whatever it is. She's handing out brochures. She's running up to the children Daniel and Destiny both are running up to the children and handing out brochures. So if you're listening, you've got a brochure in Target or wherever we were at lunch, it's because they want so badly to be the light in the world, and they know that you are the light in the world, and they're building this community of such beautiful people, and we're so grateful to have met you, and we're so grateful that you're investing not only in your life, but in your children are investing. My gosh, and they're sharing messages with the little ones about the businesses that your little ones are starting, or the missions and all the great things that they're doing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, any little bit helps, and it helps all of our children. It's screen-free, and it's learning. It's a great podcast. I love to listen to it. So remember, friends, strong families build unshakable legacies, and it all begins with choosing to love again. Divorce who you guys were. Start again. Start again with your same marriage, your same spouse, and build something beautiful. God bless you. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, beautiful friends, for listening to this important message from Mama. Share with someone you love and care about. Oh, and we'd love to personally invite you to listen to our podcast. It's for young future leaders ready to change the world and be a light in the dark. Listen together as a family. It's called the Optional Kids Legacy Show. We know you'll love it. Be bold, be kind, build an unforgettable family legacy. God bless you. We love you. And parents, if no one told you yet, let us be the first. You're doing a remarkable job. And remember, you are the hero of your story, because every legacy begins with a hero, and that hero is you.
This podcast is for inspirational and educational purposes only, and it is not intended to replace professional advice, legal advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The views expressed are based on personal experience and faith-based insight and are meant to encourage reflection and growth. Always seek the guidance of qualified professionals regarding any questions or concerns you may have about your health, relationships, or business.